You're funny.
Wait, what is the order? Ascend Kelly. I'm after Kelly. That's all I know. Okay, go.
Okay, it's going to be close air positions. Here on the left side, we've got ROOTMinigun. This is our teal Protoss this time around. Spawning at the 6 o'clock at the bottom is FXOSheth.
Okay, so we are on Metalopolis, and on the 7 o'clock position, like he said, we have FXOSheth. On this position, I guess it's really safe to fast expand if he wants to, and his Overlord will be able to scout that the Nexus is over there. Would you actually fast expand on this map, Steve?
Yeah, I would say so. Especially since you don't have that cross-position threat. I think fast expand is a really safe opening here. I like these positions a lot for Zerg. It opens up the ability to mute or harass the Protoss, and you could take that tower in between to scout oncoming armies and everything. It's also really easy to expand on the other side of the map to kind of take your 3rd, 4th, and 5th without the Protoss being able to easily move around and pick them off.
Thunder,
Next
bro.
Thunder.
Yeah. There's nothing going on yet, but Sheth just droning up here. Did not see a 14 pool yet. Probably gonna go hatch first, like you guys were saying.
I don't know.
Minigun's scouting around. Gonna scout last, I think. But I'm not sure if he saw that Overlord or not. I don't think so. He is now going to that top right-hand position.
And I'm actually surprised Sheth is keeping it there. I guess he just doesn't want to see the timing of the gateway and make sure it is just one gateway. Yeah, he's going in now to check what it is. Now the Overlord is, or the probe is on the way for Minigun, so he's about to scout, so it's a safe time to actually send that Overlord in. We actually see Sheth put down a spawning pool first, so went gas first, then spawning pool, so he's going to be going for a quick metabolic boost. Might just be doing it to play safe, although his rally point is currently set in Minigun's base. So I don't know if he's thinking about going all in or what he's planning on doing here.
Well, he might go for... I mean, in this situation, you would like to go for roaches. It's really easy to use roaches against Toss in early game, as you know. I guess ROOTMinigun would just go for standard build, and in this map, it's so easy to get 4 gated, so he has to be really careful with how much army he has, because right now, I guess you're drawn out really hard, and since he's getting speed link, you have money to transit really easily.
Yeah, Sheth is, like I said last game, Sheth is really attached to this pool first opening. It's hard to say, you know, without running games side by side, but maybe that was the reason why he wasn't drawn hard enough to survive those Blink Stalkers last game. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely possible. Not sure why he opens gas before pool on every map here, but we do see him getting his expansion now, and getting a second queen out, so hopefully he should be able to drone up a little bit more heavily than last time and hold off whatever minigun's throwing at him. Minigun does have its second gas already, and just recharging warp gate.
And Sheth actually did the exact same thing he did last time, where he got those 6 Zerglings first before droning up. I mean, that's at least 2 drones he could have gotten there. Right now he is starting to fall behind on Harvesters, 24-17.
We do see a Stargate. I don't want to jump in, but Stargate going down in front of the smoke there, and we're gonna have to see what he does with that. But close positions gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely going for Phoenix though, because in this map it's so easy to use Phoenix to manipulate the Zerg. Hope he actually floats his Overlord in to see what's happening, but I really doubt it'll be quite right.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like this Overlord is just kind of hang out there. I said that this was a really good map for Mute Harass because of how close the positions are. I mean, on the same hand, it's also really good for Phoenix Harass.
The bad thing is though that Sheth has only 1 gas and has taken drones off of it, so he has only 4 gas right now, and is gonna go roaches here, and there is not gonna be much left to defend against this Phoenix Harass except his couple queens. And if Minigun gets at least as 4 Phoenixes and continues production, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's going to do, as he does have 2 more queued up and is not sending them in quite yet. And I love the placement of that Stargate right in front of the gas, because of course the Overlord is trying to wait for something to be thrown down behind the gas. and can't actually see that Stargate there.
Well, now he has 2 Phoenixes out. Do you think he'll wait for 4 before he actually pushes?
I think waiting for 4 would be smart. You don't want to give the Zerg enough time to respond. And Sheth has shown us in the past that he really likes to use a lot of queens in his EVP. So if Minigun moves into Sheth's space without enough Phoenix to actually do damage, Sheth will be able to really effectively counter them, which means Minigun will be behind because he put down these Phoenix instead of building an army or making an expansion.
And here he goes with those 4 Phoenixes. Looks like Sheth was actually producing 18 lings right now, and he's going to lose the queen in his main. 4 is the magic number to lift up the queen in 1 graviton beam and kill it before it hits the ground. And here he goes after some overlords as well. And we do see the Evo chamber, and going to go after the second queen. We'll see if he can get it. There is a 3rd queen down at that natural, so he may be able to take out one of these Phoenixes. But no, all 3 queens are going to fall here. And Sheth's going to be in a world of hurt, throwing up spore crawlers. And picking up a 4th queen that just popped out. Minigun actually reinforcing with another Phoenix there. And wow, gonna go after a bunch of overlords. And just looking at the units lost tab, Sheth already down 900 compared to the 50 of Minigun, and that's just the initial probe, I think.
Well, I think it's going to be really hard for him to come back from this, because right now he's going to be supply block. He does have some speedlings at the front of Minigun's base, but Minigun is going to have an expansion up, and it's going to be really hard for him to actually keep up with the economy. And army-wise, I mean, he just doesn't have enough food at this point of time if he continues with his Phoenix harass.
Yeah, Sheth's in a little bit of trouble now. There's a lot of overlords around the map that Minigun could actually be picking off right now. But I mean, he's just sitting inside the base and still getting a lot of overlord kills. So Sheth's having to dump a lot of money into these overlords just to keep enough supply up.
A lot of
he could go for a counterattack.
A lot of really smart decisions by Minigun here. Doing this Phoenix rush does leave you really susceptible to a counterattack because your ground army is so small. But he's got his buildings positioned really nicely out here so that the effect of these speedlings is really minimized. You know, it's very scary as a Zerg to try and run lings into this kind of a tight area because a couple force fields means you could lose your entire force for nothing. Minigun is also no longer producing a whole bunch of Phoenix, which is smart too. Now he's moved on to making a Void Ray.
Yep. It is nice to note that Sheth did throw up that 3rd expansion in hopes that he would be able to drone up during this lull when Minigun's actually switching tech a bit. So taking a look at the harvester count, they're actually even again. Now Minigun's pulling a little bit ahead, but pretty much 44 to 45 right now. So Sheth is clawing his way back into this game.
Yeah, he actually has his 3rd base up right now. He has to saturate, but has to make sure that his army is in the right place at the right time. Would be nice to see if he actually starts to go for Hydra, since Minigun is going for, you know, some Phoenix and Void Ray, and really soon we'll be able to see Colossus. And once Minigun has like maybe 3 Colossus on the map, it's gonna be really hard for Sheth to defend.
Talking from just a little bit of what I know about Sheth, and I don't doubt him. Sheth is a very good player. He actually really enjoys employing a lot of queens in his army, which is a little bit unconventional for a Zerg player. So, I mean, he might forego Hydra lists entirely. Oh, no, I see Hydra Den does go down. But I also see he is making a couple extra queens, too. We've already got 4 on the field, and there's 1 more coming out of the natural, too.
But here we go, Minigun putting a proxy pawn on that gold 3rd high ground, and looks like he's going to go harass the 3rd for Sheth here. He's got a couple Void Rays and a few Phoenixes still, and going to move in here with a bunch of Zealots and a few Sentries as well.
Sheth's in a good position. He has 5 queens already ready for this attack, and he's going to try to come in here. Looks like he may force it back, but the Void Rays are going to charge up on the queens most likely. It looks like they're trying one of the units. One of the Void Rays may go down to the Spore Crawler. Actually some good control. All the Phoenixes having to lift all those queens. Kind of hard to even target fire one of those units, and it looks like Minigun's going to get cleaned up here.
Well, it's going to be really hard for Sheth to come back from this one since he loses all his anti-air. He has a couple of Hydra coming up, but he just doesn't have enough mineral, and he built his Roach too late. Like, he didn't have an army to defend against the ground army at all, which is why the Void Ray and Phoenixes could have focused on his queens. And now that he doesn't have... I think he only has 1 queen left, so now that he doesn't really have any queens left, well, he's gonna lose his expansion.
He might be
And
able
here
to
we
save
go.
it. He's got a few Hydras coming, but they're all going to be lifted. Hydras are so fragile once they've been lifted by Phoenixes in the air.
Yep, Phoenixes do bonus damage versus Hydras. That Void Ray is going to survive, but does not take down that expansion. That Queen did pop at the last second, and was defended by that Spore Crawler. Sheth looks like he's going to try to do some counter pressure here with this group of roaches moving across Minigun's gold base here. Minigun is producing Colossi now and does have a couple of Mortals out, so these roaches probably not going to be that effective.
Yeah,
but
especially
we'll see.
considering the Void Rays are still up. Here comes Minigun going straight into the battle, not waiting to engage inside his base. The Immortal's just tearing these up. Sheth is going to have to pull back, otherwise he's going to lose everything. He's going to target down the Immortal though, taking a lot of damage as a result. He's going to lose everything to the Void Rays now.
Yep, 3 Void Rays were fully charged in that battle, so...
And you can see that Colossus is up, so once he has 3 up, he's gonna push the Zerg, and it's impossible for him to defend because he just doesn't have the army size. He's throwing down a 4th expansion though. How do you think that would work out for you if you did that, Steven?
I mean, I don't know. He's macroing really well. I mean, despite all the harassing, you can see the Harvester count is still 65 to 75, and that's evenly distributed between 3 bases, so his income is pretty far ahead of Miniguns at the moment. I'm a little worried because he's playing so aggressively. If he moves out with this force of Hydralisks and loses them, I would think that would put him in a really, really rough position.
Oh, it might be a good timing just because Thermal Lance isn't done. He's going to come in while there's only 1 Colossus, so he might have a chance of taking this down, but so many Void Rays right now, and these 2 Colossi doing a lot of damage on those Hydras, forcing... Oh, one of the Colossus down. The second Colossus does fall, and it looks like Sheth's actually going to clean up here.
Oh man, yeah. Minigun not using his second robotics facility. And actually GG's. Just like that. I think if he had just... I mean, he's got plenty of money saved up. If he had just chronoed a couple more Colossi out, he would have been able to take that army down no problem.
I think I didn't like that he was in a really, really wide open spot there when those Hydras came out. I don't know if the game was completely over at that point, but Sheth was about to start 4 bases. I mean, he lost a lot of gas out there. As Protoss, you can't let those gas units, those high gas units go. And he lost, what, 3 or 4 Void Rays, a Colossus, and those Phoenix out there too. I mean, that would have been... I'm not entirely sure if he even could have came back from that if Sheth would have just reinforced Roaches at the front there.
Yeah, but I mean, he had the 10 Harvester lead there. I think... I mean, he'd really done some damage to the Zerg. I think he should have just turtled up a little bit. I mean, he had his Observer and just couldn't muster up the army in time to deal with that push.
He didn't have enough gateway units, I think, and well, Chef did really well. I didn't really expect him to win because he was getting harassed so much, and he lost his army and so many of his queens so often. So he did really, really, really well.